Hi, and welcome to another episode of Unshakable Her. I am Fermi, your host, and I am so glad that you're here with me today. Just want to say, if you are on this journey with me and you're coming back episode after episode and these topics interest you, just want to tap yourself on the shoulder, tell yourself thank you, because that means you're on a journey. You're on a journey of self-discovery, you're on a journey of self-growth, and it's not an easy journey. So tell yourself thank you, really. Number one. And number two, I'm going to tell you thank you because to all of you that give me your feedback and leave comments and let me know your opinions on the episode or join in on the conversations, I really appreciate you. So thank you. It keeps me going. It fuels me. It gives me inspiration. And I appreciate it. So thank you. Today's episode is called Unshakable Parenting. This is one that's very, very close to my heart, one that's very important to me, and one that I must say I have not yet mastered. Parenting for me has been quite a journey. When I think that I mastered one stage of parenting, my kids surprised me by showing me that they entered a new stage, and there I go again. I got to learn a whole new parenting method for that specific stage that my child is in. So no, parenting is not easy. Parenting is difficult. Parenting is honestly a real learning experience. And I must say, for those out there who do not appreciate the way that they were raised and don't find guidance from their upbringing, really have a hard time because they're fighting a battle between what they know, what they've learned, what they've seen, to what they know is not true, to what they know doesn't work for them or for their kids or for themselves. And they're on this journey of really learning what it is to be a parent from the beginning. And to those of you who were lucky enough to have great parents and parents who gave you proper parenting, you're privileged, because it is just about taking what you learned and giving it over to the next generation. So, unshakable parenting. What are we talking about? Where are we going here? Because there's so much to uncover. Unshakable parenting is this idea that no matter what I am going through, no matter what my children are going through, I remain unshakable in the moment. You cannot shake me. You will not rattle me. I will not suddenly throw a tantrum. I will not lose complete control over who I am, because I am unshakable. And in a way, this goes back to really my first episode where I brought in what's my idea behind Unshakable Her. It's this idea that no matter what I'm going through, no matter the chaos that's surrounding me, no matter the storm that's happening around me, I within myself remain unshakable. I remain calm. I remain at peace because I am calm. I am peace. So everything can go twirling around me, yet I remain stable. Now, it's almost like I'm talking about like a fairy tale, because we all know what parenting is like, and we all know that it's not easy, and we all know that we lose it sometimes more than sometimes, which is part of the process and it's part of the growth, right? So what happens when shit hits the fan and things are flying around and I'm tired and I'm exhausted and I am drained by something other than being a parent? So that can be, I am drained by being a single mom. I am drained by being in an unhealthy relationship. I am drained with finances. I am drained with health issues or something else on top of my children all killing each other at the same time, okay? Which doesn't help the situation. In fact, it just makes it much worse. So what do I do in such a moment? And here is where we come back to this place of I am unshakable. I am peace. I am the calm within the storm. And what that looks like practically is breathing in, tuning in to that place where you find that peace, to that place where it's quiet and it's still for a second, and then coming out from there. Okay, so let's cut this down into practical pieces. Okay, so number one, I stop. I pause. Everything is chaotic. Everyone's killing each other around me. Okay, I just want to put a disclaimer out there, guys. I'm a mom of 4 children. Okay, 3 of them are boys. I manage them most of the time on my own. I'm in this with you. Okay, just putting that out there in case you think that my life is very calm, because it is anything other than that. The chaos is happening. It's happening all around me, okay? I'm about to lose it. I can't handle it. I want everything to be quiet. I want everything to just shut up. I have that option. I can look at my child. I can start screaming at him, and I will get him to shut up. But what I did right now is, A, I lost my own peace. I'm not going to feel good afterwards. And B, I lost my connection with my child. So I'm going to have to do something called repair afterwards. I'm going to have to repair the connection that I have with my child. That's not worth it. I mean, it happens. But let's look at option B. Option B, maybe a little bit of a simpler option, although it may not seem so much of a simpler option. Option B would mean that I'm in the moment. The chaos is happening around me. Everything is happening around me. I breathe. I stop. Doesn't matter if you look crazy. Doesn't matter if your kids think you lost your who knows what. You breathe and you stop and you find that place inside of you that is peaceful. We all have it. Each one of us get there in a different way. For one person, it's through meditation. For another person, it's through praying. For another person, it's through breath work. For another person, it's going into the bathroom for 2 minutes. For another person, it's laying down for a few minutes. Every person has their own way and their own method of how they can find that peace inside. Find the peace. Find it. Breathe. Hold on to it. Hold on tight. And then react. Don't react. Talk to your kids. Get into the moment with everyone else. But you're going to realize that you're coming from a place completely different than you were a couple of minutes before. You're coming from a place of peace, a place of tranquility. And now as the mom and as the leader, you're going to be handling the situation in a very different manner. And what ends up happening is there ends up being a ripple effect to your peaceful presence, because suddenly you're speaking to your kids in peace. You may have to discipline. You may have to take care of an issue. You may have to become a little bit firm, right? You may have to put order to the disorder that's going on, but it's coming from a place of peace. When it's coming from a place of peace, it's also coming from a place of love. It's also coming from a place of giving. And your children feel that because it radiates off you and it sort of like emanates from you and it seeps into them. And before you know it, without even having to ask for the peace in the home, you will feel the peace in the home because your children feel the feelings that you are feeling. They are feeling exactly what you are feeling. They feel that chaos and then they feel the peace. And when they will feel the peace, it will influence them and then they will start to behave in a manner of peace. It's really two things here. It's about realizing that you are so much more in control of yourself than you may realize you are. And when the chaos is going on around you, you're unconsciously making a choice when you lose it or you don't lose it. You have the power not to lose it. You have the power to remain in control. You have the power to parent in the most peaceful and loving way in the middle of the craziest amount of chaos because you made a choice. But sometimes we don't realize that we can make this choice. And sometimes we have to breathe in and go back to that place of peace within us before we are able to parent, before we are able to come out, before we are able to take care of the situation. And when we come back out, it comes out from a place of peace. It comes out from a place of love and of giving to our children. And B, it's once I make that decision that, hey, I'm not going to lose it right now. I'm not going to become shakeable. Not every little thing that's going to happen in my home is going to rattle me. Not everything else has so much control over me. I'm the one that has control. I'm the one that can take care of myself. I'm the one that decides the attitude and the manner in which I behave. Your children will see that as well. Your children will feel the feelings that you are feeling. They will feel the feelings of peace that comes from you. And it will influence them. And it will cause them to automatically go into this place of feeling peaceful, of acting peaceful. This is one thing that I can say, try it. Try it and come back and tell me what happened. Because there is no way that this does not work. It may not work the first time, and it may not work the second time, And it may not work the third time, because if your kids are used to seeing this chaotic mom who is constantly losing it and constantly yelling, and suddenly she's calm and suddenly she's so graceful and loving, and even in the middle of the crazy chaos, she's like that, they may really doubt it. Not only will they doubt it, by the way, they're going to test you. They're going to test you even more, so it can get a little bit worse before it's going to get better. But the minute they're going to trust you and they're going to be like, hey, mommy's calmer now, okay? And it doesn't even have to be a conversation, because kids are easy like that and they're pretty fast like that. They will trust you and they will fall into this rhythm of peace. Your children will feel your peace and it will seep into them. And before you know it, you are going to see your children behaving in a peaceful way. This idea of unshakable parenting is so crucial, especially to those who walked away from chaos, especially those who are trying to lead a life that is less chaotic. By you parenting in a way where you breathe before you react, where you come back to your center, where you come back to who you are, you have no idea what a strong lesson you are teaching your children and yourself. Because let's say there was chaos, and let's say your children still do see chaos. They come to a place where they see a completely new, different life. One where mommy or daddy or whatever it is doesn't lose it because things get a little chaotic. Where I can trust my mom or my dad that they'll always stay the same no matter what, that they'll always be consistent, that even if there's chaos going around me, mommy's going to stay calm. Mommy's still going to love me. That is a tremendous message that a parent can give to their child, especially to the person that has left chaos. You are teaching your child a new norm, a life full of light, where even when there's chaos, we still remain calm, we still remain loving, we still remain peaceful. And that is a tremendous message that you can give your children. And honestly, you're giving that to yourself as well. Thank you for joining me today. Until next time.